One. Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Somae Society, our space weather intuitive drop in all the details on what's happening in your bodies and the weather. Um, I got distracted by something that was on the screen. Hi, I'm Bonnie Sunshine. I am the archer. I bring things in for a landing, and occasionally I'm super spicy and it comes out with like, ding, here we are. So maybe that's coming through today since I'm saying it. My co-host is Io Masako, and we are so excited that you're here. Please drop into the chat, connect with each other. I hope you have something to drink to keep your system hydrated, and everybody take a breath with that. Allow yourself to land and be here for you. This is your time to connect with your intuition, your chart, your hearts. Ah, so exciting. Ew, what do you got for us today?
And your intuitive arts. It's
Yes,
your tagline, lady.
I know.
So thank you all so very much for joining us. Huge gratitude to my sister, Bonnie Sunshine. This week's gonna be wild, y'all. I posted up a little teaser on Instagram so everybody could get a peek at that. And we're gonna have some different formatting. We're gonna go roll through some of these planets real quick, and we've got one big major headline that is happening that this week is all about. Like it is all about this week. I am Io Masako. I am going to be fire hosing you with a lot of information today. So the key will be to breathe. The key will be to drink water or your beverage that you brought in with you. Let us know where you guys are showing up from. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions. Again, Bonnie and I are here to respond. So it's better if y'all ask. And then for those of you that are joining for the first time, we do have a live after hours that we hold directly after this programming. And we'll go in and you guys can ask any of the questions. Everybody gets to come off mic. And if you are watching the replay on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe because I'm supposed to tell you what to do.
That's right,
Mm.
Dommy Mommy, yes.
Fire hose. Good morning. And we are very lucky. We also have a resident numerologist in the chat as well. So if any numbers come up, really looking forward, anybody can ask questions about any numbers coming up and she can give us some additional details. Ooh, the crew's back.
I know.
We got some strong crew up in here. So we ready to dig into the space weather today?
Let's do it.
Okay. So let's go ahead and go over some of the holistics, right? So I've got the holistic part for this, and this is the space weather from May 12th through May 18th. The holistic quote for this is the throat remembers what the mind forgot. So when we bring that in, we're looking at the throat remembers what the mind forgot. And we're going to go through that and kind of break down that holistic meaning. But overall, for me, what I've been seeing is my throat has been opening more and more and more. What that looks like is me speaking out, speaking my truth, my passions, who I be as a person. And it's a really big overarching pattern for this entire week. And we'll get there exactly. we've got through people saying throat remembers what the mind forgets and hits like a bitch. So welcome to this week. And it's going to be a fun one, you guys, for me, at least. I'm a little chaos gremlin right now. So I'm really loving it. So we're going to run through some of these aspects really quickly. We've got May 13th, Mercury is going to be sextile Jupiter. So we're thinking and communicating with optimism and like big picture goals right here. This transit's going to be affecting us May 11th through the 15th. And this is big ideas are going to feel really grounded and really possible. And not just possible, but like probable is coming through. These are going to be really good days for planning. They're going to be really good days for pitching your ideas. And they're going to be really, really good days for having really like good like business conversations. So I don't know, Bonnie, does that mean that we have to have like a meeting coming up sometime soon?
It doesn't feel like it, but I feel sparkly in my lower extremities, so it's coming for sure.
Which lower extremities are you? I gotta make it
It
dirty
was
too.
it was all of them.
All of that, all of the lower extremities feel tingly and sparkly. Oh my gosh, so so good. Do you have any information from the cards, or you want me to roll on to the human design gate?
I I was getting the message to tell you what the voice of gate 8 is from a human
Okay,
design perspective. It
okay,
is
we're
I
running into
know.
that already. Perfect.
Yeah, I know I can make a contribution or not. So keeping that in mind,
Can
if
you?
you do not, if yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
let me two things. Gate 8 is in the throat and it's going down to the G center. So it's the 8-1 channel. And all of the gates in the throat have a voice. And the voice of gate 8 is, I know I can make a contribution or not. So um, when we do the gates in the space weather time, if this is active and you don't have gate 8, it's active in the space weather. So you have access to this.
So what I'm hearing from you is it's time to use your voice, essentially. Which is the thing that came in when I was pulling this and pulling the information from Dr. Karen Parker's book is fulfillment and contribution. So I love that you're bringing this in because one of the big things that I put in like all like capital underline multiple times was, are you masking? Right? Are you in your fullest authentic expression or are you masking? And the game to play with this, if you want to, right? If you've already found your authentic self, it can be really fun to authentically mask. Like that is actually a thing, guys. Like I did it last Friday. It was a blast. Absolute blast. So if you've already kind of figured out who you are authentically and you know yourself, as much as you can or whatever level you are able to at this point too, just notice if you're masking and if you're choosing to mask and you're doing it consciously. The other thing is, are you performing authenticity? Like that's like a big thing here. Like, oh, am I pretending to be something that I'm not? Or am I pretending to be authentic where I potentially am not? And yeah, take a big breath with this one. I've had some stuff come up in my world recently that seemed like that as well. So it's been a very interesting game to be playing. So I've also got in here, show up as yourself unapologetically. Trust this was the huge thing right here, Bonnie. This was the thing that came out. Trust the people that see your value, right? Trust the people that see your fucking value. Wait for them to fully see you before you're willing to show yourself. And yeah, like I could argue vulnerability and stuff like that, but you can test vulnerability in small pieces. You don't have to give your whole darkest, most beautiful self to the stranger you met on the bus. I mean, you can. I do it often. And also, see if somebody's going to meet you where you're at. Yeah. Anything else coming in for that, Bonnie?
Yeah, I love this contribution piece because the or not, like some things are not for you. Just what you are sharing a piece of your soul may not be for that person on the bus. Explaining yourself may not be for you in this moment, but finding those opportunities where you're being seen, which is a fucking contribution, is so magical.
Yeah. And share with more people. I mean, that's how you learn. Fuck around and find out, guys. All right. Ready to move on to the next one?
Let's do
the
it.
the fire hose continues. So the next one we have is going to be Mars, which is going to be conjunct Chiron, guys. And this is like we think Mars, we're thinking action, we're thinking courage, right? And conjunction is like a unification of these things. And when we're looking at Chiron, oh, my sweet, sweet, sweet little wounded healer. If you don't know where Chiron is in your chart, highly recommend going and checking it out. It's kind of the brick wall we keep running into, or we choose to keep running into throughout this life. This is going to be happening May 16th, and this is going to be affecting us from May 14th until May 18th. So, a very small window right here. This right now is going to be really bringing up where is like the not enough coming in? Where are you telling yourself, I am not enough? Where are you telling yourself, I'm not brave enough? I'm not strong enough? I'm not courageous enough? I'm just not enough. Who am I to do that? This is that kind of edge that's coming in. And this is really, really, really primed for release right now. We've got this new moon coming in Taurus. We're going to be talking a whole bunch about that a little later on in the program. But look at the fears that you have been carrying for years. Look at the fear you have been carrying for years. And there's an invitation here. I didn't write down a practice, but it's getting downloaded right now. The invitation is, what am I afraid of saying? What am I afraid of saying out loud and writing it down? And this can be happening on May 16th. It's also May 16th is the new moon, and we've got a little bit more of the ritual that's going to build on you writing that down specifically for Mars conjunct Chiron. Yeah. Look at the fear you've been carrying for years. Yeah, we've got a little bit more of a ritual. I feel like the ritual is going to build itself in this container because I wasn't downloaded a full ritual and they keep telling me rituals. So we'll see what happens. I'm even here for the experiment of it all, you guys. So we've got people with their Chiron in Taurus in the ninth house. Ooh, yeah. So always like looking for that belonging, which makes a lot of sense, my love. So, Bonnie, do you have anything coming in card wise for that? Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's what I
pulled
thought.
one. Yeah, I pulled one. I was looking to see if there was a second one. Can't remember what house my Chiron is in. Let's see, 7, 8, not 7. Must be my eighth house. It's either my eighth or ninth. But the first card that popped out was conflict and defeat, the number 5. The blue cards in this deck, the Psychic Tarot deck, are emotions. Hmm. Was that bringing up anything for you, Eo?
So I was just messing around with somebody in
No, it's
chat
okay.
because I also have my Chiron in Taurus. So like it's it's she knows we mirror each other a lot in some very very ways. So can you pull up that card again and let's see what's
Yeah,
coming in?
absolutely.
Conflict and defeat. And then this is the thing, you guys, like conflict and defeat. Do you want to be in the victim triangle, right? Do you want to be sitting
Mm.
at the bottom of that victim triangle? If you want to, man, I fully support it. I love going into victim mode sometimes. And and if you want to break it, man, this is a great fucking time to do so. So if you get really, really aware, right? Really aware of where you're at in your own world, like that's what this is all about. It's all just about self-awareness. And Bonnie and I just get to do it in like really fun spiritual freaking ways that involve, dragon family and fairies and all sorts of, creepy swamp gremlins. Like it's that's all of it. All of this is just a personal self-awareness and us reminding you to know yourself at a deeper level. That's all this really is. So when we're looking at that conflict and defeat and what can come after it, right, is that sacrifice that Bonnie just brought up. It takes a little bit of sacrifice to get there.
So if you look at this card a little closer, the images on the wall, the hieroglyphics, are people running up the stairs.
They're running towards the fire.
Yeah, they're running towards the light also, like the
Ah,
exit, the door, the information. So our hearts and our bodies can feel defeated, but there's really always messages in that we don't have to live in that. And it's interesting that the sacrifice was upside down. So we're
Yeah.
completing the cycles. We're ending this victim mode. I'm going to bring that word back in. Um, because there's always messages for us in the yuck.
Yeah, I'm getting, where have you been sacrificing your voice? Where have you been sacrificing yourself? I just had to go through a crazy journey in that, those that have been following us for a while, as I went through a massive burnout cycle through December and January, and I wiped my system completely clear, and I was sacrificing myself for my work. I mean, I love my work, and also, right? So where have I been sacrificing? Where had I been sacrificing myself? And now it's like, oh, I gotta eat. I gotta have my movement. I've got to like really focus on like, oh yeah, eating. That's humans do that. What? Like it's
So weird.
wild. It's so weird. We drink water. We have to do, like, we're not just living all off of energy all of the time, and we can't just telepathically communicate with each other. And we all know where we're, yeah. This world can be very confusing for me sometimes.
For sure. And with this particular deck, one of the things that I do often is that two cards come out at once. So reading them together might give you a different set of information, especially with numerology and imagery.
I want to bring in too, if anybody's interested and wants further like details on these cards, Bonnie does this incredible, beautiful write up at the end of every Somae Society and every space weather that we do. And she includes the cards and she includes the books that they came from and the meanings and all of that information. So if you want that, you can have that for free in our school community. And I want to bring in the next portion because we're already rolling into it. You just said we got options, babe, right? Like, here are these two cards. You can read them separately. You can read them together. You can read them not at all. Like, these are options. And we are moving Mercury into Gemini on May 17th. And this transit is going to be affecting us from May 17th until June 2nd. And that is literally all about we want options. It's all about curiosity without committing to anything. Like, really deep, like, curiosity and being like, hey, what would this be if I said this or did this or were this? And you don't have to commit to it. You could be like, you know me. I like some good hyperbole, and I could be like, what would it be if I really was the giant ultimate ruler of this entire earth plane existence? Yeah, I get a little pinky in the brain on this, you guys. Like, it's for real a thing. Like, and I like to dream. I like to like dream really, really, really big. So that could be as big as that, or as tiny as what if I just called my best friend and told her I loved her, right? Or what it could be if I just hug my kid right now, right in this moment. So it could be as something as simple as that, or something as big as how could I change the world? But it is all about the options. How many different options do you have? And it's a perfect time to explore and ask questions. And if at all possible, not to come to any conclusion. And we joke that I am the void, I am the unknown in this space. And this is the key, guys. I can't even tell you how much this is the key, is to ask questions and have zero conclusion. And what does that even mean? Right? Like, even my brain has a little bit of a trouble, like, getting its like brainy things around it. And look, I'm trying to look for a conclusion even in that. Like, this stuff is so meta, guys. It's so freaking meta. Yeah. We've got Chiron in eighth house two in Virgo. We've got people wanting to break the fuck out of it. We got a whole section on breaking the fuck out of all of those things. Whole section on breaking the things, smashing them. It's great. Oh, and Bonnie's now changing her Chiron. Bonnie, you just decided to change your Chiron mid episode. That's
Yeah,
totally.
totally. I was like, wait, that doesn't feel like it's 100% true. What is it? Because my brain was telling me 10,000, and I was like, then that's can't be Aquarius. So I had to look it up, and Get
Get
Wild fell
wild
out.
with it. The song, what was it? Na 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 na. Like get jiggy with it. Like that's what's going.
I love when songs come through. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
So
Get wild with it.
this will be for the Taurus stuff, but it wanted to be brought up now.
So when Bonnie pulls up a card like that, essentially, like she's saying, "Hey, this is going to be coming up for the Taurus stuff," which is funny because our next thing is Taurus stuff. You know that, like you didn't even know that. She didn't even know that.
No.
And also, I think you were also mentioning for the people with Chiron in Taurus. I think that is coming through as well. So, yeah, that's a very, very strong thing that's coming through right now. So, again, if your Chiron is in Taurus, there is a specific message in that card for you. Go hang out in our school. It's free to be there, and you can figure out what that message specifically means or is to you. We are getting an ass to show the card again. God, I love that card. Man, I love this entire deck. This is one of my favorite decks of yours, babe.
Yeah, I
And
love this one.
yeah. So while this is coming up and we're looking at that Mars and Taurus, May 18th through June 28th, Mars is actually entering Taurus, guys. This is very grounded warrior energy, right? Very, very grounded. And I look at that card and I'm think like get wild with it. But like, how can you get wild while also staying grounded? How can you feel the highest levels of joy, excitement, elation while also staying grounded? How can you feel sadness and grief and anger and rage while also staying grounded? And this May 18th through June 28th is going to be a perfect time to play and practice with this. This is that grounded warrior energy. Action gets to be very, very tangible right now. We're getting patient, we're getting sustained. What you are planting on the new moon, and again, this new moon is massively potent. What you are planting on the new moon on May 16th gets this momentum. It can have this momentum. The thing is you've got to show up in action and you've got to show up in consistency with it. I know those of you with like avoidant behaviors are hearing me say you got to do a thing. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. And also, if you want this, it's yours to take. It is absolutely yours to take. Why are you coming at me like this? Hey, I got it too. I'm like, you tell me a thing to do, I'm gonna flip you off and I'm gonna go do the other thing. I don't have avoidant behavior. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me on this. So, Bonnie also shared this in the Get Wild card. It is an Earth card. It's got three aspects, which is Wolf, Blackberry, and Argonite. It's wolves have been coming up all over the place. Like wolves are very, very, very loud right now. And just a side like geeky science note, you know that whole like alpha wolf thing? Yeah, it's not true. It was a very small singular study. Even the guy that wrote it is like been trying for like the rest of his career to like refix people's thoughts. So like that whole like alpha male thing, total fucking bullshit, guys. Absolute bullshit. You want to go down a rabbit hole? There's my offer. Yeah, like wolves are very loud right now. We also look at like blackberries, right? Like that is like juicy. It's a summertime fruit, or summertime, yeah, berry. So like that, like the blackness of it, like when I think of blackberries, I think of it smushing against the roof of my mouth. I think like tactile sensations. And I think of that like blackness in the seeds that are in there. Same thing with argonite. I have a weird thing with putting argonite in my mouth. It's a thing. I like to lick stones and rocks and stuff. Bonnie's losing it over here. Oh my
That's
gosh.
that definitely has a medical term, but it's not telling me what it is, and I love that for you.
Like I'm now thinking of like, is there any Arcanine on my like? And they also look like everlasting gobstoppers, guys. And like that's a thing that I share with everybody. Everybody's like, I'm like an onion. Peel me back. I'm like, bitches, I'm not an onion. There is an end to an onion. I am an everlasting gobstopper. Like it never ends. And also, oh, look, it tastes like raspberry. Oh, it tastes like vomit now. Like,
What I was hearing is to tell you that when I was a kid, I loved wet rocks. I love seeing the difference in how rocks look when they have water or are in a different climate. So we'd go to the beach and I'd pick up rocks, or we'd go camping and there'd be rocks, but I'd always pick the ones near water. So that's very much reminding me of you licking it. So who here licks rocks or loves wet rocks, water, all the things?
Oh
I love
man,
it.
it's so good. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. So it's I also see Bonnie, like little Bonnie with rocks in her pockets. Like or your pocket and like your little shorts like sagging down and you're like putting rocks in your pockets. Wait, like yeah, we've got people that are like, I feel like I'm missing. You haven't licked a rock. If you haven't licked a rock, I highly recommend going and finding a rock that you want to lick. It's one of my favorite tactile sensations. Yeah, tell me you're neurospicy without telling me you're neurospicy. Yeah, this is a truth. All right, we're gonna roll on in, you guys. We've got Venus, and she is moving into Cancer, right? This feels so good. This feels so gushy. Venus wants comfort right now, man. She wants some love. Oop, we got some more rock lickers in here. She wants what does Venus want right now? Venus wants to melt. She really, really wants to melt. She wants to be held. So, in this, and this is happening May 18th, and the transition is going to be, uh, this is going to be happening through May 18th through June 13th. And what is coming in for this is what relationships feel like home to you, right? What friendships, what romantic partnerships, what family dynamics feel like home to you? And maybe it isn't, yeah, it's coming in. Maybe it isn't even a person. Maybe it's yourself. Maybe you get to feel like home inside of yourself as well. Just an invitation. And if you were to drop into your body right now, if I drop into my body and I ask myself, where is home inside of me? Ooh, and I feel it. I feel it very strongly. It's in my solar plexus right now for me. Like it feels like home inside of me. And that's a gift, man. That's a blessing. Nobody can take that from you. So I'd recommend that if you've got time. Yeah, I know it's gonna hit Bonnie's. No, she's laughing. She's cracking up. Never mind. I was like, this is gonna hit Bonnie's feels. Nope, nope, nope.
I was laughing because you were sharing it. I was getting this image of a spiral as you were sharing that, and a card fell out specific to the spiral, and then landing where you were saying it's you, it's your body, it's in your home. And then I saw our numerologist drop some wisdom, and this is the card that fell out before when the spiral was coming through. So red in this deck is the physical, the body, and specific to spiral, which is catching my eye on the spiritual word. And but this is related to Venus energy. And then the other card that fell out was balance. And it's interesting that the two major arcana cards are upside down. You got anything for that?
Yeah, I do. Can you pop them both up at the same time for me
Yeah.
again, please? So we've got the material and spiritual prosperity. So one of the things that is coming in for this is yeah, but when I see that one is the yeah, but. Well, for me to feel that sense of home, yeah, but I need this. Yeah, but I need that. Oh, yeah, but I need something else. And the key is you don't. You really, really, really don't. To find that safety in yourself. Can it help? Absolutely. It can be really, really helpful. And and this is the balance portion of it. And are you able to find that sense in yourself, right? Like I look at that balance and that peace. Like that is a card of fucking peace, guys. And he has all of the pieces that he needs. He has the wands, he has the pentacles, he has the cups, he has the swords, he has all of it right there. And it's also an 11 card. I want to bring in the numerology on this. And I want to bring in also that Lindsay was saying that the six energy of May is six. It's funny, like in numerology, when I was learning numerology, I put like pictures of everything into my head. Like one's like look like one single person standing. Two is like the Roman numeral two, which is balance. Three is communication, and it's like people talking to each other. But six, what I always saw as six is I would lay it on its side and it looks like a mother cradling her baby. Like that's how I always remembered six is like comfort. It's nurturing. It's very, 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 very nurturing. And that is the vibe that we're bringing in for this. A resident numerologist is like, I like that visual. Yeah, because it took me time to like remember these. So I had to, high wire my brain to work the way I needed it to. So yeah, yeah.
I don't know why, but somebody needs to see my
The owl.
necklace.
That's an incredible
Yeah.
that's beautiful, by the way. And is that snowflake agate?
This is a moonstone,
Uh-huh.
and then these are garnets.
What's the larger stone?
It is an agate, yeah.
Yes, snowflake agate.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. God, that's gorgeous. So
So she
yeah,
gives deer energy as well as owl.
yeah. Deer and owl. Thank you for bringing that in. Deer's been
Yeah.
coming up too. I keep joking. Like I've been playing in the kinkier space. Like from some of you know on my Instagram, like I've started dating. EO the celibate has started dating again. It's wild. And yeah, I think that's up on my dating profile. I'm like, I just want to play the deer. Do you want to be the wolf? Like
That's another card that get wild card.
yeah, that's the get wild card, like, because that's where I'm at. That's the season where I'm at. I'm like, all right, like, I'm gonna just go have fun. I'm just gonna go get silly. We got the big news coming in right now. This is the new moon. Y'all ready for it? Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I got excitement. I can feel it. So this new moon is going to be in Taurus. And historically, what we think about Taurus is we're like, oh yeah, Taurus is like super comfy and super squishy and like, ooh, like my house is really nice and I like this cuddly blanket and let me pet this very soft, beautiful kitten. Yeah. Well, I want to put a huge thanks out to Sabrina Lynn of Rewilding for Women. She is the one that brought this to my attention. And once she did, holy cow, the universe started cracking open on this. And, I tried to find, extra because I always like several, resources or references to make sure the information that I'm putting out there is as correct as possible. This is straight from Sabrina Lynn, and I trust her implicitly. Like, if you want really good astrology, go to her. Me, I'm just kind of fucking around and finding out, but she knows her shit for sure. Yeah, I love her. She's incredible. And we're getting coming into Taurus is also super sexual as well. So like this is sensuality, right? When I think of Taurus, I think of sensuality. I think of we're talking about licking argonite. Like these are all like very tactile sensations. So that new moon, we would think, oh, this is a great time to build in all of these nice, light, fluffy things that we want in life. Yes, and we've got her going square, which means that there's tension, right? Squares mean tension. Square with Hecate. You guys know me and my relationship with Hecate recently, and also square with Sekhmet, right? So we have got Hecate, who is the queen of the crossroads, the queen, the goddess of all of the witches, the ruler of the liminal space, like the actual like liminal space. This is the void work that we've been talking about. And then we've got Sekhmet, and Sekhmet's all about like if you see any picture of her, that bitch, and I'm gonna use bitch very respectfully, that bitch is crushing lions. She literally has her foot on top of lions. She rips shit down, like like just not giving a fuck. Like they were like, no, like you don't get to be awesome. And she's like, fuck you. I'm not listening to you. I'm gonna do what I want. Like, and that's this energy that's coming in. Not, I'll do what I want. Don't you fucking tell me what to do. Don't fucking tell me what to do. And that is this energy. You can feel it coming in. You feel like my entire being and presence is bringing this in. Bonnie, I hear you. Everybody take a breath. Thank you, Bonnie. Because again, we want this to come from grounded energy whenever possible, ever possible. So again, thanks to Sabrina Lynn for bringing this in. This is happening this May 16th for this new moon. And this transit is going to be hot and live from May 14th to May 30th. And what it is saying is grounded energy. And that's the Taurus. Thank you, Taurus, for bringing in that grounded energy. But grounded is not putting up with shit anymore. She's not putting up with shit anymore. And this is the collective feminine that I'm talking about. This is where she is drawing the line. And this is also going to be a great time to express some really righteous rage, right? And when we're looking at new moons, this is for building something new in. And so it can kind of like haywire the brain because it's like, well, rage release, that would normally be a full moon ceremony. And it's like, nah, you can actually choose to have rage and come into a good relationship with rage through a new moon. And that could be a choice if you want to make it. You know, I love rage. I'm a huge fan of rage. I will scream. I will rage into my pillows. Like I've got a screaming video in my Instagram. If you guys want to go check that out, I don't even know where it is. It's me screaming. I don't know. What came in this week? And Bonnie, I want to bring you on here just for like us to be playing in this realm space together, if you're cool with that. So, what came in this, Bonnie? Oop,
Ah.
ah, what came in this week? So, as like once that opened up in my field, right? Once I had watched that Sabrina Lynn's video about this week and like how big it was going to be, almost immediately after that, I got a video about a scold's bridle. Are you familiar with a scold's bridle?
Don't think so.
Talk about fucked up. Okay, so most of us, some of us, if you haven't watched it and you can handle it, Handmaid's Tale, right? So you know where they put like the masks across their faces? Well, a scold's bridle was essentially a medieval device that was like these metallic structures, and it had a piece of metal that physically held the tongue down. So women were not able to speak. Literally, they were not able to drink. They were not able to eat. And they were paraded. Some of them were paraded around town. And any man in their life was the one that was able to choose this for them if they were getting too uppity, so to speak. Yeah, you want to get pissed off? That's shit to get pissed off. Our sisterhood, and our sisters are still going through that. It's just modern updating. It just happened to me. It literally just happened to me. I just triggered a whole bunch of like fragile freaking white dudes. Like I triggered a whole bunch of them. Thank you, Bonnie, for holding me in that last night as I was like, fuck these motherfuckers. And that's the thing is when we speak up, a lot of times we get put down. And this is not the time to get put down, to be put underfoot. So I also was reading my book last night. I'm reading The Three Waves of Volunteers by Dolores Cannon. And again, can't make this stuff up. I'm reading in the story that I'm reading about the other life regression that came through for this woman is she was freaking out because she went back to another life where she was in Egypt. And guess what? She was a woman speaking out. And so they entombed her, they covered her in beetles, and they entombed her alive for speaking out, right? So this, when we're talking about breaking generational, ancestral things, this is the new moon that we get to do it in, guys. This is one of the many. We get so many opportunities. And if you want to play this fucking game, you can. Yeah. And yeah. Whew. Yeah, men silencing women to protect their own comfort. And I also like, I hear it. I want to be cautious in that too. It doesn't always have to be men. Sometimes women silence other women, right? And
Or we
if we want to
silence
pull,
ourselves.
or we silence ourselves. And if we want to put a non-binary on this too, for, like this is just people silencing other people, and this, when I talk about feminine and masculine, I want to be very clear on that. It doesn't necessarily mean man and woman, right? I've got a male presenting client that recently just told me that they were standing up for themselves, right? And I could feel the edge in their feminine coming in to stand up to that for themselves within their speech patterns. So it doesn't matter what body or bits you have in this. It's about what does your feminine want to say, and like playing with that polarity in yourself is incredible. So thanks for bringing that in, Bonnie. Right? It's like if I look into myself, what is my feminine asking for my masculine? If you've ever not had a conversation and like written it down, highly recommend doing it. Highly recommend.
So bring me back to the moon again. What is the what is
New
the new
moon.
moon?
New moon is in Taurus. She is square Hecate and she is square Sekhmet as well.
So the card that was coming through on this is the universe. And what I was getting is it's conspiring in your favor. Like looking at this, it's giving me marionette vibes. And that we aren't we aren't like attached to strings, like we aren't being controlled, but the universe has our back and it's holding us. And what I was hearing EO talking about is from this perspective of take risks. This is another opportunity to take that suppression of our voice and our message off. What is the one small step, the one risk that you can take that is for you to be bold?
And what's coming in with that is it's bringing back in that Mars conjunct Chiron aspect, right? The not enough, the not brave enough, the not strong enough, right? So even just the small action of having one awareness and be like, hey, like, where has my voice been stifled in the past? Right? How did that feel for me? Did it happen sometime this week? Did it feel like my voice got stifled sometime this week by somebody else or by myself or somehow? Right. And then you can be like, okay, yeah, I totally felt that. What feelings do I need to feel around that? So this is the ritual they're actually giving right now. And it's interesting. It's a very personal development style ritual versus like a more witchy ritual. So it's being aware. Where was my voice stifled at some point? Bring awareness to it. Bring feeling into it. How did that make me feel? Right? How did it make me feel? And then feel your feelings. If you want to scream into a fucking pillow, if you want to go punch the bed, if you want to cry your eyes out, like feel it completely. And then after you have felt it, sit and wait and feel how it feels to be free of it. And this is void work. This portion is void work. I don't want you to fill it up right afterwards. I want you to sit with the comfort or the discomfort or the no anything of just not having it anymore. How does that feel? I've got a bunch of words popping up, but I don't want to put those in your head because I want you to have your own experience with this. I want you to have your own ritual with this. It's really important. So, part of this ritual is write down also what you've been afraid to say out loud. Right? So, you're getting like this nice personal development one, and then you've got this little bit more of a ritual one. Write down what you're afraid to say out loud, and then say it and scream it. Scream it out loud. Scream it from the fucking rooftops if you're willing to and if you want to go there. The key in this, and you can use these two in conjunction together, right? You can use both of them in conjunction or each of one separately. But the key in this is to let your throat feel what it's like to speak your truth, to actually feel like right now, as I am talking, I am focusing on my throat and I'm focusing on what it feels like, what the actual sensation, which is Taurus again, the actual feeling and sensation of me saying this here and now out loud feels like. And my feminine, and I'm going to be really vulnerable, my feminine right now, I am tired. My feminine is very tired and she wants to be held and she wants to be seen and she wants to be heard. Period. So now I get to go and see what that means for me. So focus on your voice and use it and get the
Mm.
fuck out of the cage.
I love that. I was also feeling so when I have done breath work with really skilled uh, practitioners and facilitators, one of the things I get to is knowing where I'm uncomfortable with my breath. So for some people, it's being full, like when you breathe in, you hold your breath. That feeling is so uncomfortable. Some people, that's where they live. And then the opposite, breathing it all out and then holding that. For me, that's where it is, the holding with the breath out and that emptiness, um, getting in that practice of allowing myself to feel and be in that stillness. Like my system fights it. And so doing a breathwork practice for me is so important.
Thank you for bringing that in, Bonnie. And again, we've given you a massive amount of information. So just a gentle and loving reminder to please, please, please drink water, hit up some electrolytes, like have some tea. This can be when we go into these higher realms and bring a lot of information in, we do sometimes need to drink some more water. I guess there was some emphasis my camera wanted to make on that. My foot hitting my camera wanted to make. So we are now at our time. We're going to move into our live session for people to come on, ask questions, join and hang out there. If you would like to join that, come please see us and hang out with us next week or the week after. And if you're following and watching the replay, please again, can you just smash the like button, please? Please. Comment, share it with your friend. Yeah. Yeah. You're invited. I invite you to do all the things. Smash the button. We need to uplift more voices and hopefully our voice gets uplifted. I feel like we're talking to a very niche community here though. So, that's fair too. Yeah. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. And I love you all. And I'll see you next week from Flagstaff. I'll be in Arizona. If you're in Flagstaff and you want to come see a live channeling, hit me up. I'll give you the details.